Hey friends, so I thought I would make another video outdoors again, and I'm here. It's like 6:40 p.m. right now. It's like a rainy evening in Singapore, in Yishun, in the north, and I'm heading out to buy dinner for myself and my wife. We're gonna get KFC, and I just felt like making a video when I'm out because I don't really feel like making a video at home for some reason. I don't know why that is. It's interesting to think of, to kind of pay attention to my feelings, I guess, and which is something that's been on my mind lately, like conflicting feelings. I am getting very very close to finishing my second book, Introspect, but it is difficult and it is painful, and it's just interesting to grapple with the challenge of writing a book, right? And the experience of it, and at the same time, to be talking about like unlearning coercion and being non-coercive, right? Not forcing myself to do anything that I don't want to do, and kind of facing, so me writing a book, I think, is by far the most challenging thing that I've ever attempted, that I'm very confident that I genuinely want to do. And yet within that process, there are moments and long stretches of time where I just don't feel like doing it. And I think, part of it is that ideally maybe the book takes a really long time. I was thinking about how Carl Jung took like 18 years, I think, to write and publish the Red Book. And yeah, this is like my second year working on this book, and I feel like it's overdue in some ways. And that it's challenging to try and conceive of what the book should be. So it's really, I'm living this challenge, right? It's very real for me. It's very, when I talk about things like project management and motivation and getting stuff done, like it's not academic for me. It's not random crazy ideas for the fun of it and then I go on with my life. No, this is my life. I am grappling with how do I get myself interested and get myself eager and motivated to do the thing that I know I want to do in my heart. But sometimes I'm a bit afraid, sometimes I feel overwhelmed, sometimes I feel like I need to wait it out a little bit and let things settle in my mind before I start again. Sometimes maybe I'm just averse and avoiding it because it's uncomfortable in the short run or painful in the short run in some way, or I feel like it will force me to confront certain failings or weaknesses in my writing, and it's it's not nice to be reminded of one's kind of failure and incompetence. And yeah, so I do enjoy, it's surprising to me, but I do enjoy that this process makes me more, I think, empathetic to people's struggles, because yeah, there are some things that I can do very easily. I can tweet all day effortlessly, and I'm taking a break from Twitter right now, but like yeah, I can tweet all day effortlessly. And if somebody else says, oh, I would like to tweet more but I can't, like I can try to relate to that by thinking about how I want to work on my book but I can't. That doesn't necessarily mean that, you know I think sometimes it's tempting to think in binary and simplistic terms. Like, if you say you want something and then you try to do it and you can't seem to do it and you're failing at it and you don't feel like doing it, that means that your original claim is false. That means that you don't really want to do it. I don't think that's necessarily true. Like, it's not that simple, right? There's multiple conflicting sub-agents within ourselves. So there's a part of me that wants to write a book, and there's a part of me that wants to write a book, and there's a part of me that wants to publish tonight if possible, or this ASAP. There's a part of me that really wants to take its time with the book, and kind of, how long will it take? How long can we afford to drag this out? That's what one part of my mind is saying. Let's drag this out for as long as possible, integrate as much as possible, make the book really great. And there's another part of me that's like, no, we gotta ship it now, dude. Like, if the longer you delay, the more it's gonna get bloated, and the more you kind of raise people's expectations, and the weirder it's gonna get. And just, it's all these conflicting voices, and it's a meta challenge for me to figure out how to manage all of that conflict inside my head, and resolve it in a way that is non-coercive, right? So to kind of hear every side of myself out and not be in too much of a rush to sort of impose a solution onto the problem, but rather kind of let the different guys in my head argue it out and kind of manage that effectively. Yeah, I don't know how it's gonna work out. But I am in the process of it, and it is interesting and difficult and painful. But the hope is that when I get done, that I will be a different person at the end of it. I think that's definitely true. I think I'm definitely gonna end up like the first book I published changed me in a certain way, in a good way, and that was a relatively easy book to publish. It's almost like not really a book, it's almost just a collection of notes and Twitter threads and stuff. Whereas this is a book that's really designed to take you on a journey from A to B to C to D and so on. And yeah, I'm carrying a lot in my head all the time, and I do take solace. I think I already mentioned Miyazaki in another video, but there is this Twitter thread of screenshots from Hayao Miyazaki working on his stuff. And the guy is one of the best in the world at what he does, right? He's a fantastic storyboarder, an artist, and everything. And he is struggling every day and be like, oh, I can feel it, the limits of my ability. I can't get anything done today. I've only done one page. Like, this is such a struggle. But if you tell me to quit, I'll tell you to get lost, because this is what's meaningful in life for me. I relate to that. I'm not as skilled as Miyazaki for sure, but this is the challenge, the creative challenge, right? And yeah, it's just it's humbling how I don't have anything very clever to say. Like, it's a slog. It's painful. You have to be kind to yourself. I think it's it's easy for me to tell people to be kind to themselves, and there are some domains in my life where it's easy for me to be kind to myself. But in this particular domain, which is very, very important to me and kind of very high stakes in relation to my identity, right? So I do kind of have a pet, like my ego here is very precious. I'm very precious about my ego, about being a good writer. And so kind of letting that get attacked is very painful. And I think I have to let it go, right? So it's so meta, because this is what I talk about in the book, and so maybe it's almost like at some level I feel like I have to have the experience. So in my book Introspect, I follow the hero's journey cycle, and there's the death and rebirth kind of thing. And yeah, maybe I have to experience my own death and rebirth in the context of writing this as a writer, to be able to write about it properly. That feels about right. Anyway, hope you guys are well, and let me know how you're doing in the comments. Done.